Hey there drone fans, Rick here again with a quick review of the DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. In today's video, I'd like to show you some of the footage that I captured a few weeks back way up in the mountains of Pennsylvania. But more importantly, I wanted to talk about the performance of this drone because if you're interested in a new drone and you're looking at the Mini 3 Pro, you've probably read the specifications online and you've probably watched a lot of review videos talking about the drone. But those don't really tell the whole story. Until you get this drone up in the air, you can't really tell how it performs. And I've flown it an awful lot, but on this trip to Pennsylvania, I thought to myself, those are going to be kind of rough conditions. It's going to be windy, there's going to be a lot of obstacles up there, so I'll bring a couple of drones along. I had the Mini 3 Pro with me, the Air 2S, and the Mavic 3. And I thought, okay, if it gets really windy or gets really dark and I need to capture some footage, I'll put up a bigger drone that can handle the wind a little bit better and be stable up there in the air. And what I found over the course of 4 or 5 days was that I kept reaching for the Mini 3 Pro over the other two drones. Now I'm not saying it shoots the same kind of video as the other drones or it's anywhere near as nice as the Mavic 3, but it did everything I needed to do to capture that footage. And what blew me away the most was how well it handled really stiff and gusting winds up there, because those winds got up to really high levels and this flew like a champ. The drone was getting buffeted around, but that footage is rock solid, which again blew me away. So on paper, it's an amazing drone. It weighs less than 250 grams. It can fly for 42 minutes. It can fly 12 kilometers away. Don't fly that far away. Obviously, we have line of sight requirements, but knowing you've got a strong signal means I can drop in behind a tree and not lose my signal. It's got obstacle avoidance in 3 directions. It's got a ton of automation built in. So pretty much everything you'd look for in a drone, you can find in the Mini 3 Pro. But again, putting it up in the air, if it can't handle the wind or it gets goofy up there and takes some really horrible footage, it's really not worth it. And I know on paper it looks like it's going to be great, but I'm here to tell you, compared to the Air 2S and compared to the Mavic 3, because of the small size, this is the drone I reached for every time I was going to put a drone up. And I had those other drones with me, batteries were fully charged, and I found I wasn't flying them by day 3. I ended up flying the Mini 3 Pro more than I flew the other drones. So I guess what I'm getting at here is, I kind of thought of this as a smaller drone that had sort of niche, places I could fly it if the wind was right and if I had good sunlight, or if I didn't have to fly that far away, it'd be perfect. And I found that this performs so well that it became the drone of choice for me on that trip. And I think it'll be the same for you as well. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna replace the Mavic 3 or replace the Air 2S, but as a travel drone, it's probably gonna do 90% of what you need up in the air, especially if you're going on vacation with family and friends, or you're just getting into the hobby and you're looking for a drone you can put up and have a lot of fun with. This could be the perfect drone for you. So what I'm gonna show you next is some of that footage, and I want you to look at it carefully because a couple of those shots, you're gonna look at the ground, you're gonna look at the trees, and you're gonna see them moving like crazy. That wind is really, really moving. And I didn't, and I regret this, I didn't shoot any footage of the drone in the air, because if you watch the drone was all over the place. I mean, it was getting banged around left and right. It was trying to fight that wind, but because of the stabilized gimbal on the front, the camera stayed locked on target. So even the drone was moving around like this, that camera was rock solid on that target, which is exactly what you're looking for. So I'll show you the videos next, and I'll come back at the end with a couple of final thoughts, because I like a lot of different drones, but I absolutely love this drone. So stay tuned for the footage next. I hope you enjoyed that footage. And again, the point of this clip wasn't just to show you footage and brag about the footage, because there are tons of pilots all over the world that are much better flyers than I am, and they're capturing some incredibly good footage from places I'll probably never visit. But I wanted to show you the footage to illustrate just how good this drone is in the air, because a lot of people think of the Mini series as sort of toy drones or small drones. They're not real drones. I want a real drone. This is a real drone. It flies phenomenally well. Honestly, this flies as well as the Air 2S or the Mavic 3 in those same conditions, and it captures some incredibly good footage. If I didn't tell you that came from a Mini 3 Pro, you might have thought it was a bigger, more professional drone shooting that footage. So for me, this represents sort of that perfect Goldilocks zone of portability, flight time, quality of image, distance for flight, and automation built into a drone that weighs less than 250 grams. This is a phenomenal drone. So hopefully you enjoyed the footage. And I've made the point that if you're looking for a drone or you're looking for a second drone to use for your travel drone, the Mini 3 Pro is the one to own for this summer. So hopefully you've enjoyed the clip. I love talking about this technology. You can expect a ton more drone clips on the channel very soon from us. I hope you're having a great summer and you're getting a lot of airtime. So until next time, as always, happy flying.